What if the world of Heartland is about to change forever? The Season 19 trailer has finally arrived, and it's already sparking huge conversations. Fans are asking, what surprises are hidden in these new scenes? Could we finally see the return of old favorites like Ty and Amy in ways we never expected? Or will the story push forward into completely uncharted territory? Stick with me, because in this breakdown we'll uncover every detail, from the emotions on the characters' faces to the hidden clues most viewers might miss at first glance. Heartland isn't just another TV drama. For many fans around the world, it feels like home. Across 18 seasons, we've seen the Fleming Bartlett family grow, fall in love, face tragedy, and rebuild their lives again and again on that beautiful Alberta ranch. That's why every new season feels less like the next chapter of a show and more like an invitation back into a family we've come to know so well. And now, with Season 19, expectations are higher than ever. The trailer didn't just drop out of nowhere. It landed with weight, with heart, with moments that instantly made fans pause and replay. Why? Because Heartland has always balanced soft, emotional storytelling with exciting surprises? This trailer doesn't scream at you with flashy action. Instead, it whispers promises of new beginnings, of challenges that will test everyone on the ranch, and of stories that tie directly back to the heart of what makes this series so timeless. Think about it. For 18 seasons, Amy's journey has been at the center of the story. We've watched her grow from a teenager into a strong, independent woman, balancing motherhood, her gift with horses, and her struggles with love and loss. And every time a new trailer comes out, fans lean in closer, looking for even the smallest clue about where Amy's heart will go next. That's why Season 19 feels especially important. It's not just about what happens on the ranch. It's about whether Amy will continue to find healing, and whether Ty's absence will remain a shadow or become part of something even bigger. But here's the thing, the trailer also knows exactly how to play with our emotions. Instead of laying out the entire plot, it gives us small flashes. Horses galloping through open fields, family members sharing tense glances at the dinner table, Amy standing alone by the barn with a look that suggests she's holding on to something deeper than words. These aren't just random shots. They are carefully chosen, designed to make us wonder, what are the struggles waiting ahead? Who is about to step into a new role? And could the ranch itself be facing one of its toughest seasons yet? Fans are already buzzing online, breaking down every second of the footage. Some point out that Lou seems to carry a heavy burden in this season, while others are convinced that Georgie's storyline could finally come full circle. And then, of course, there's the ultimate question. Ty, even years after his heartbreaking departure, the fandom refuses to let go of him. The trailer doesn't show him, but fans are convinced that certain lines of dialogue and the way Amy is framed suggest his presence still lingers in the story, even if only through memory, or flashbacks or conversations that refuse to fade. And let's not forget the bigger picture. Heartland isn't just popular in Canada. It's a global hit, streamed in countries around the world, pulling in fans of all ages. That's what makes Season 19 such a big deal. The pressure isn't just to continue a story, but to honor a legacy. A legacy of hope, healing, family, and resilience. Every shot in that trailer feels like it's building toward something meaningful, something that could bring longtime viewers to tears while still welcoming new fans into the journey. So, as we dive deeper into this breakdown, keep this in mind. Trailers don't just show us what's coming. They're puzzles. Every frame is a piece, and together they form a bigger picture of the season ahead. And in Season 19, those pieces are pointing to big changes, unexpected challenges, and maybe, just maybe, answers to the questions fans have been holding on to for years. The Heartland Season 19 trailer doesn't waste a single second. From the very first frame, it carries a tone of change. It opens not with loud music or dramatic explosions, but with silence, a soft image of the ranch bathed in golden light. This choice is deliberate. It reminds us that Heartland has always been about quiet strength, about stories that unfold like the changing seasons, and about emotions that feel lived and unreal. That opening moment sets the stage for everything that follows, a season where every relationship, every challenge, and every triumph will matter. One of the first things fans noticed is Amy standing near the barn, brushing a horse. Her body language is calm, but her eyes tell a different story. They look heavier, thoughtful, as if she's carrying something unspoken. The camera lingers on her long enough to suggest that Amy's inner journey will be central again this season. For a long time. Fans, this is familiar. Every time Amy faces a turning point, it's shown in quiet, reflective moments like this. And if the trailer is already hinting at her emotional state, we can be sure it will be one of the major storylines driving season 19. Then there's the family dinner table scene. It looks simple at first. The Bartlett-Fleming family gathered around sharing a meal. But the way the scene is cut is telling. Lou glances across the table with a look that could only be described as worried. Jack seems deep in thought, almost as if he's about to say something important but holds back. And Amy once again looks caught between hope and hesitation. Family dinners in Heartland are never just dinners. They are crossroads where characters share unspoken truths, where small conversations reflect bigger conflicts to come. This one feels heavier than usual, as though everyone at that table is preparing for challenges they're not yet ready to face. The trailer also teases us with glimpses of Georgie. For many fans, Georgie's absence in past seasons left a noticeable gap. Here, we see her riding again, pushing herself harder than ever. The shots of her training are cut quickly, with the sound of hooves pounding the earth matching the trailer's rising tension. Does this mean she's coming back stronger? Or could it hint at her struggling to balance her passion for riding with new responsibilities in her life? The trailer doesn't tell us outright, but it gives us just enough to know Georgie's journey isn't finished. Another moment that fans are obsessing over is the image of Lou standing outside in the cold, bundled in her coat looking out at the horizon. This isn't just filler footage. Lou's storylines have often revolved around her career ambitions, her family, and the tension between the two. That single shot suggests she may once again be caught at a crossroads. Will she stay close to the ranch and support her family through what's coming, or will her career pull her in a direction that risks distance and disconnection? The trailer offers no answers, only questions. And that's the brilliance of it. The most powerful part of the trailer, though, might be the fleeting shot of Amy walking through the pasture with her daughter, Lindy. It's quick, but it speaks volumes. Lindy is older now, more independent, but still very much the center of Amy's world. Their relationship has been one of the most emotional anchors of the series since Ty's passing. Showing them together in this way suggests season 19 will explore not just Amy's journey, but Lindy's growth too, how she is beginning to understand her father's absence, her mother's strength, and her own future on the ranch. It's a bittersweet reminder that this show isn't just about horses and family. It's about how generations carry forward stories of love and loss, and let's not ignore the symbolic details. A storm cloud rolls across the sky in one shot, followed immediately by a burst of sunshine over the open fields. These visual metaphors are staples of Heartland trailers. They tell us without words that this season will bring both darkness and light, hardship and healing. For fans, those contrasts are exactly what makes the series resonate so deeply. What stands out most about this trailer is its restraint. It doesn't scream out the entire plot. Instead, it plants seeds. Seeds of conflict. Seeds of growth. Seeds of questions that fans will carry into every new episode. Who will step into leadership on the ranch? What hidden struggles are each character holding on to? And most importantly, how will Amy's story evolve when the shadows of her past are still so close and her daughter's future is right in front of her? By the time the trailer ends, it doesn't feel like we've been given answers. It feels like we've been given an invitation. An invitation back into a world we know and love, but one that's about to test its characters and its fans in new, emotional ways. And if the trailer is any indication, Season 19 is preparing to be one of the most heartfelt and challenging chapters yet. Asterisk. If there's one question that always takes over the conversation whenever a new season of Heartland is announced, it's, When will it actually air? Season 19 is no exception. The trailer has given us plenty of clues, but fans want something more concrete, a date they can circle on the calendar, a countdown they can start. And while the production team often holds these details close to their chest, there are hints woven into the timeline that give us a clear idea of when we can expect the new season to arrive. Looking back at the release patterns of previous seasons, Heartland has been fairly consistent. Filming typically kicks off in the late spring or early summer, with production wrapping by fall. After that, post-production takes a few months, editing, sound design, and polishing each episode so it feels seamless when it finally reaches our screens. Based on that cycle, Season 19 is almost certainly set to arrive toward the end of this year, with many fans expecting a premiere date in the early fall. Some even believe CBC may push for a late September release to capture that cozy autumn feel that fits the tone of the show so perfectly. But beyond the premiere date, what's really driving the anticipation is the cast lineup. Fans want to know who's coming back and who might surprise us with a return. The trailer confirms the obvious first, Amber Marshall as Amy Fleming. Her presence is the beating heart of the series, and without her, Heartland simply wouldn't be the same. Amy's journey remains the emotional center, and Season 19 looks ready to dig even deeper into her role as a mother, horse trainer, and woman still carrying the weight of Ty's absence. Next, we see Sean Johnston returning as Jack Bartlett. Jack has always been the soul of the ranch, the guiding hand for every generation of the family. His presence in the trailer is quieter, but it's there, a man who has carried more loss than most but still stands strong as the foundation of Heartland. Fans know that whenever Jack is on screen, there's bound to be wisdom, heart, and a few tough lessons for the younger generation. Michelle Morgan as Lou Fleming is also back. Lou's arc has often been one of balancing her duties as a mayor, her ambitions, and her role as a sister and daughter. The trailer teases that Lou might face some of her biggest personal choices. Yet in Season 19, her presence is critical because she represents a voice of reason and responsibility, even when her own life is far from simple. Chris Potter as Tim Fleming is another familiar face in the lineup. Tim's relationship with his daughters has always been complicated, and it doesn't look like Season 19 will shy away from those dynamics. His bond with Amy, in particular, has grown stronger over time, but the trailer suggests there may still be challenges in how he handles family decisions and his role at the ranch. Then comes one of the most talked about returns, Georgie Morris, played by Alicia Newton. For many fans, Georgie represents a bridge between the older and younger generation of the Heartland family. Seeing her back in action, riding again, and potentially chasing her dreams brings fresh energy into the show. If the trailer is any indication, Georgie may finally reclaim her spotlight, giving fans the closure or the new beginning they've been waiting for. Of course, the elephant in the room is Ty Borden, played by Graham Wardle. Ty has been gone since Season 14, and his absence still lingers over the show like a shadow. Officially, there have been no announcements about his return, and the trailer doesn't show him. But Heartland has a way of weaving characters into the story even after they're gone. Through flashbacks, photographs, and the memories of those left behind, Ty's presence has never truly disappeared. Whether or not Graham Wardle steps back in front of the camera, the question of Ty will always hang in the air. Returning cast members include Jessica Stain as Lisa Stillman, who has been a strong supporter and partner to Jack, as well as Ava Tran as Parker Yao, who has added a fresh perspective to the family in recent seasons. These supporting characters give Heartland its depth, reminding us that the ranch is not just about Amy or Jack, but about an entire community working together. And what about new faces? The trailer doesn't reveal much, but sharp-eyed fans believe they spotted at least one unfamiliar rider in the background of a scene. Could this be a new trainer, a family friend, or even a rival? Heartland has always introduced new characters slowly, letting them earn their place within the family dynamic. Season 19 could be no different, giving us someone new to root for or against. In the end, the release date is important. But what fans truly care about is this: will the cast deliver the same warmth, the same emotion, and the same authenticity? that has made the show last for nearly 2 decades? Based on the trailer, the answer is a resounding yes. The faces we've grown up with are still here, older and wiser, but still carrying the spark that made us fall in love with Heartland in the first place. And as the countdown to season 19 continues, the excitement only grows stronger, no matter how much excitement surrounds the new trailer. The one question fans can't stop asking is simple. Will Ty and Amy return together in season 19? For many, Heartland has always been defined by their love story. From the very first season, when Ty arrived at the ranch as a troubled young man, to the moment he built a life with Amy and their daughter Lindy, their journey captured the very heart of the series. Ty and Amy weren't just characters. They were a symbol of resilience, growth, and the kind of bond that endures through hardship. That's why Ty's death in season 14 left such a deep mark, not only on Amy and her family, but on millions of viewers around the world. When the trailer for season 19 dropped, sharp-eyed fans immediately looked for clues. Was there a photograph of Ty in the background? Was Amy's gaze in certain shots hinting at his presence? These may sound like small details, but for fans still grieving the character, they mean everything. While the trailer doesn't directly show Ty, it does something equally powerful. It reminds us of how strongly his spirit still lives in Amy and Lindy. Every pause, every reflective shot of Amy walking across the ranch carries the weight of his memory. And that's where the conversation gets interesting. Could Graham Wardle, the actor behind Ty, ever return? Officially, Wardle has moved on from the series. He chose to step away to focus on other projects and personal growth, and the writers respected that by closing Ty's storyline in a definitive way. But as any longtime TV fan knows, a character's absence doesn't always mean their story is gone forever. Flashbacks, dream sequences, or even old video recordings could bring Ty's face back into the story in unexpected ways. The trailer leaves this possibility open by leaning heavily on themes of memory, legacy, and family ties. Then there's Amy. While she's never left the show, fans often frame the question as, will Amy return? Because they want to know if the Amy they once knew, the Amy who laughed freely, who found balance with Ty by her side, will come back after years of grief. In many ways, the Amy we see now is a different person. She's stronger, more independent, but also lonelier. The trailer suggests season 19 may finally give her a chance to step into joy again. That doesn't necessarily mean finding new love or replacing Ty, but it does mean rediscovering the parts of herself that grief pushed into the shadows. The other layer to this conversation is Lindy, Ty and Amy's daughter, as she grows older. She represents both her parents' legacy and the possibility of a new beginning. Every time we see her on screen, it's impossible not to think of Ty in the trailer. Her presence alongside Amy hints that much of season 19 will be about how she continues to carry her father's memory, even as she builds her own story. If Ty doesn't return physically, his spirit will almost certainly be seen through Lindy's growth. Fan theories have exploded since the trailer's release. Some believe there will be a surprise cameo by Wardle, filmed in secret to avoid spoilers. Others think Amy may find letters, journals, or messages left behind by Ty that bring his voice back into her life. And then there are those who believe the writers will finally let Amy fully move on, marking season 19 as the true start of a new chapter for her. All of these theories come from the same place: a deep love for the bond between Ty and Amy, and a hope that their story still has one more twist left. It's important to remember what Heartland has always been about: healing. The show doesn't shy away from loss, but it doesn't let loss define the characters forever either. Season 19 feels like the perfect opportunity to honor Ty's memory while also showing Amy's strength in building a future for herself and her daughter. Whether Ty returns in a flashback or remains only in memory, his presence will still guide the story. And Amy's journey will remain at the core, reminding fans that love doesn't end when a person is gone. It transforms, it continues, and it inspires the next generation. As the trailer fades out, it leaves us not with answers but with emotions. That's the brilliance of Heartland. It doesn't need to show Ty to make us feel him. It doesn't need to spell out Amy's entire arc to make us wonder what comes next. Instead, it trusts us, the fans, to carry these questions with us until the premiere. Will Ty return in some form? Will Amy find peace? Season 19 promises to explore those questions in ways that will both break our hearts and put them back together again, and that's why this season feels so important. It's not just about the ranch, the horses, or even the family dinners. It's about legacy, Ty and Amy's legacy. A love story that changed the heart of Heartland forever. Season 19 may not bring Ty back in the way fans dream of, but it will remind us that the bond they shared can never be erased. And in that sense, yes, Ty and Amy will always return.